Okay, beautifuls. It is Friday. I did not get a recording in on Wednesday because I never went to fucking sleep. Well, I did the Saturday through Monday or something like that. And then Tuesday night, I was up until, was it Tuesday? Yesterday was Thursday. So listen, my days are all mixed up this week because I ended up being on the call with a client, I guess Tuesday, stayed up till all the way through Wednesday, and then crashed. So there was no practice of any kind, needless to say. I really wanted to come here right now and just record where where I am and like what is happening in this moment. So before I forget, Liberating Masturbation, a meditation on self-love. It is by Betty Dawson. Get it, get it, get it if you can. Okay. It's a paperback. It's from 1974. Um, More recently, she's got Sex for One, The Joy of Self Loving. Um, and she's got a couple of other books. I have a link. So the one I'm listening to now is Cunt, the 20th anniversary edition, right? The original Kant came out in 2002. So I've got the updated Kant book. Encourage you to do that. And then I have a link to that I am going to put under here called Sex for One. And it's the joy of self-loving, right? So you can read it. It's the whole book through the link that's under here. It is so, so important. Unfortunately, Betty Dawson passed away and transitioned in 2020. I don't know if it had anything to do with COVID, but her work is profound. And I'm just learning about her. But a lot of what I do um, is in her book, which is always an amazing feeling to know, like, hey, yo, bitch, you doing the right thing. You're on the right track. So, and this work that you're going to experience and learn about um, in some of her books and things, we touch on that and we start going into that in our three journey series inside of Goddess Frequency, right? So embodying your pussy power. What is it, baby? The sensual goddess and activating your wealth. 6 pieces of the cream through your pussy. It's over by the printer. I put it back over there. So those three journeys really embody this work that I'm telling you guys about. So if you're in Goddess Frequency, then you'll experience it in great detail as part of the work that you do. And if not, read the book. Um, Goddess Frequency is changing. So it's going to be like it's going to end up being like a 20K program when it's done. So it itself will be less accessible. A lot of the modalities and things you can learn through university and through classes. But the reason Goddess Frequency is going to become so big is because it includes, it's expanding financially because it includes a lot of custom one-on-one work with me that is not in there right now. So way more time and very, very specific lessons versus meeting, clearing, expanding for the next journey. Anyway, I have no idea how many of you guys will even hear this, but that is that. But this work is transformational. So, also, Goddess Frequency is going to be including a lot of identity shifting. Um, so I was up all night, I guess Tuesday night into Wednesday. No, Wednesday night. into Thursday. I was up all night, Wednesday into Thursday. Thursday was yesterday. So, um, I usually start my day under the doing the red light therapy with my feet on the mat, on the grounding mat. And then that's when I like answer comments and clients who Voxer overnight and stuff like that. So I was doing that. Uh, I have a sauna in my house, but it's like not a built-in sauna. It's a portable. And so when it was time to get in the sauna, discovered that my granddaughter, who had jumped in there and was playing, broke it. Like she broke it, and I can't get it to fucking steam up the room. So I was so like, I was actually just sad, right? Because um, it's not super expensive, a couple $100. The replacement is less than 50. It's really not that big a deal. I was just sad. It made me sad. Then I got another unexpected letter from uh, IRS, right? Local taxation office. Not anything grandiose. They wanted some clarification and some documentation on some shit, which was not a big deal. I delivered it. Um, Sorry, I just saw something that I really wanted to respond to. Okay. Um, so um, a student that I've had for probably like 10 years popped up and it commented inside of university. And I genuinely, and I know a lot of you guys think I don't always know you or remember you because, and I really, so like if you ask me, oh, remember I had that reading? No, the fuck, I don't. Okay. Because I channel. If you've had a one-on-one session with me, um, the stuff that I'm going to mainly remember is the introduction. Okay. Because at that point, I open myself up and I just allow source to deliver the messages that need to be delivered. And so I don't always remember the um the context, right? It is very difficult if we had a session um and you come back 6 months later and go, what did you mean when you said, first of all, no, I don't remember you in that way, but I do remember all of you energetically. And so university has really allowed me to put a face to your energy, and that is very helpful. And so this particular student, like she used to buy regularly, through the apothecary. She was in candle store. Like I know exactly the things that she gravitated towards and what she did regularly and things like that. But then I noticed that something was happening really weird with her energy and she disappeared. And then last year she popped up and was like, oh my God, I found you again. And she ended up moving across the country, apparently, in a horrible relationship she had gotten out of, but he was like stalking her, stealing mail, and stuff like that. And so it was such a relief when she resurfaced, like, oh, everything is okay. So she got into university, and then I didn't hear from her for a while, and I haven't seen her comment. So, like, I am aware of all of you. So it's like, I haven't heard from, and where's that, and sometimes you make a comment, it's like a ping in my own personal web. And so then I look for you, right? And I check on you. And sometimes I go to your profiles and just make sure, because a matter of fact, that's one of the things I'm doing this year is going to the profiles and making sure, like if you guys have a completed profile, even if it's a downloadable book or something like that, I want to share something with you because I do recognize and acknowledge you energetically all the time. So I appreciate your presence. Your presence is a big deal to me. Um, your presence is, my manifestation, right? So while you're here getting your questions answered, I am definitely uh, getting my manifestations, materialized. So I appreciate that. Um, I really wanted you guys to. Oh, the other book is Pussy. Pussy. And if you do not have the book, you can get the book itself. It's by Regina. Where is Pussy? Let's see. I'm looking for it right now. Her name is Regina. It's her first name, but they call her Mama Gina, right? And so I do have some qualms with Mama Gina in terms of like she just talks about the pleasure of pussy and understanding pussy. And in that book, there's some shit that I feel like she should not have done. But everybody has their own journey. But I think if you I'll put her book. It's called Pussy a Reclamation, and her name is Thomas something. And so I'll put the Amazon link to her book as well. However, if you want to read it and you don't have it, you can get the PDF. Like I can give you, I'll link the PDF, maybe, or I will put the instructions on where to find it in university because it is in university already. It's uploaded somewhere. So I will, you guys can just get the PDF copy of the book if you want. You can put it in Kindle and read it like that. Those books, these two women, their work, right? I can't say that my work is based on their work. I just discovered Betty and I have read Regina, and Regina is really about the pleasure. And so some of my work is definitely influenced by her, but um, her connection to just the pleasure and not connection to um, the womb itself, right? So she talks about pussy and so listen, maybe tomorrow, because it'll be Valentine's Day, and I'm not doing the public commitment ceremony. I'm going to do the commitment ceremony, and then I'm going to put together a kit of everything that I used and the instructions with a video. And then if you want to do a commitment ceremony, you can. And that changed for several reasons. But anyway, anatomy, right? Because, your vagina is where the baby is held. It is not your pleasure center. So I want to talk about tomorrow, possibly, understanding all of our parts. So you know what you got and you should be looking at it and you should be. And so really, I'm going to just give you guys like a sneak peek, I think, tomorrow into what those 3 classes in Goddess Frequency is about, because women need to know. I've met so many grown women who don't realize that, you know, you don't pee out of the same hole that the penis goes into, which is mind boggling. Unfortunately, not because they're ignorant, but because the lack of education that is provided to us women as a whole. So there's that. The self pleasure practice is life changing. The other thing that is happening is it creates an identity shift. It's causing an identity shift that I was not like, I already said, like, oh, I'm not going to be the same, but it is a different type of identity shift. So I think I was trying to say earlier, like, I didn't sleep. So Thursday, my nervous system from my sauna, because I was, about to have a whole week of I mastered basically temperature one, and I could sit in there with no restrictions. And so I was going through temperature two. Um, and the way I do it is I just increase the temperature and then do 10 minutes. And if I'm okay, I'll do another 10 minutes so that I can withstand the temperature for an hour. Right. Um, so I was just going to increase the temperature and get to work on the detox. I'm trying to get rid of I am melting my cortisol belly. Um, so it's important. The sauna was important to me. And she broke it and it hurt my feelings and my nervous system pinged. But the difference was like I felt the ping, but I couldn't figure out. I wasn't present enough throughout the day to understand. I was doing what I normally do. Okay, my nervous system, that pinged me. What the fuck? And I go into my nervous system practice to get out of it, and it didn't work. But I was not in my body, so it didn't ping me into flight or fight or flight. It didn't ping me into that. That is usually my default ping. So by not being pinged into fight or flight, um, my top two tier resets were not working. And once I kind of said, okay, it's not working. There's nothing wrong. I'm not afraid. I'm not, I just don't know. I just didn't have it in me to do anything or get anything done. And what I realized in that moment, it pinged, but it pinged into freeze or fawn, which I rarely do. So it wasn't instantly obvious to me. And even when I have been in freeze or fawn before, some of my nervous system protocols helps, and it just none of it helped. What helped was I had been, what helped was self pleasure because I had been out of body, right? I had this great conversation till 5 a.m. in the morning, went to sleep, had some shit that happened that bothered me, and I wasn't grounded. So self pleasure brought me back into my body fully. And I want to say completely took me out of fight or of the fawn or freeze or fawn. So I'm circling my body, but I didn't do that until literally last night and then this morning. So yes, it took me out of that. So this practice of self pleasure not just allows you to live in the energy of turn on, it reconnects you to your body. It regulates your nervous system. It expands your consciousness. And it is the catalyst for identity shifting. That shit's crazy. And I will be updating some of my programs as I understand this more through this practice because I'm going to do the 30 days and then I will probably um, do a 60 or 90 day after that, but do it publicly. Like, not, I'm not going to be self pleasuring publicly, but like have it as a container where everybody can join in and it's got the different days already set up. And here in university, you can check in and be like, hey, I did my stuff. I had this experience, blah, blah, blah. I think that's, but it's going to be, you guys will be on a 30-day, I'll be on a 60-day, and just to see like how life changes. Yeah. Hmm. So, that is my update and where I am with it and what's going on. Um, and also, I realized with the self commitment ceremony, um, I I can officiate that officiate. I can officiate it for you when you do it through the video, but it would be difficult for me to be going through it trying to teach it and um trying to teach it and um do it myself. Like, have the experience while I was teaching it. This was something I really need to do because I'm doing it for me, and then I can share it with you, but I can't do it fully and be present fully with me and teach it and demonstrate it all at the same time, which is why there was a shift. So I will be offering the kits, and then I may do a class again where, the class is free. You can get the kit, um, and I can teach you about it. And if you're prepared, then I can walk you through and officiate that event for you. Um, what else? It is Friday. It is Friday the 13th. If you have not, if you're, even if you're listening to this later, see if you can go back and find that post that I did today about the goddess number 18, Friday being, the day of the goddess, and this being a very powerful, powerful day. So I'm probably going to do also a video on TikTok that just says, like, this is the day. If you have your altar cloth, get on there, self pleasure, quantum leap, do all the fucking things, right? Your power is exponentially heightened today. So go out, make crazy, passionate love to yourself, celebrate you through the weekend, and check out these books. Love you. Bye.